Right, so we're into the midfielders, and I'm going to start on the right-hand side again, and this is the guy that deserves the plaudits. Harvey Elliott for me tonight, mate, was absolutely magnificent. First 20, 25 minutes. We talk about Harvey's role in the squad at the moment, and we talk about him being a role as a squad player, a super sub, which he allegedly doesn't like. Well, he was in an interview and he said if it's super sub for now, then that's what it is, but that's not the end game, which, is understandable. I thought tonight, from minute one, he wanted the ball. He was really brave. I often refer to the word brave because the Jurgen Klopp uses it, and he loves brave players, which is why he loves another player we'll get onto a little bit later. But what Harvey did for me tonight was say, right, I'm going to show you what you're missing. I'm going to show you what I can do. That doesn't mean you're going to drop Dominic Szoboszlai, who's, again, we'll speak about him, going to further complex that decision come the weekend. What Harvey did was go looking for the ball. He had a bit of a free roll for the first 20 minutes. Don't think that was by design. I think the fact that West Ham was so poor, he could do whatever he wanted.
He could, and he was absolutely electric. And I've been one of those people that has doubted if he could be the right side of the 8 in this Liverpool team setup.
I still do, even after tonight.
Yeah, well, even after tonight, you're probably right, mate. But it's the stature of him, and sometimes the lack of pace, and he can be so heavily weighted on that left hand side, and it's almost like I'm looking for reasons to not put him in. But tonight, he gave us all the answers as to why he can play, why he's able to, because what he was able to do tonight was pick up those pockets of space, and when nobody knew who to pick him up, didn't know whether to go with him, whether to just pass him on to another defender, Harvey was willing, as you mentioned, to be brave, committed, drive with the ball, twist, turn. He tried about 2-3 shots early doors because he knew sometimes we wait before we start, peppering the goal with any shots. Let's have that intention from the off. His performance today, mate, he was pulling the strings, and it was that for me. He's had some really good impact performances off the bench, but that for me was his best performance so far this season, by a country mile as well. I'd put it out there and say, because I mentioned on a Europa League show, probably I think it might have been match game 4 or 5. Harvey, I think it was the one. No, it wasn't the one we lost, but it was after the 3, and we were already it's a foregone conclusion. We're going to go through. Harvey gets the start, and I was like, this is the game when I'm expecting Harvey Elliott, and now he's had really good moments off the bench. This is a game where I'm expecting him to run it now. And he was a little bit underwhelming. There wasn't the same intensity, and not necessarily desire, but there wasn't the same impact as he has had when the players have got tired legs and he's fresh-legged and come on. And that was a bit frustrating for me, because that was an opportunity to really add to that complexity of what do we do with that right-hand side, especially at a time when you look at what Liverpool's right-hand side has been delivering the last couple of weeks, not been up to our usual high standards. And we probably could have used an asset like that in a couple of other games had Harvey have been able to deliver when given the opportunity. Yeah. But now you're going into the weekend's matches and you're thinking, right, I've got a selection dilemma here, because this lad is absolutely flying, doing bits, and then now Szoboszlai is now looking like he's picking up his form again. You've got obviously Trent, he's going to be back doing what he does as a right back, and Salah's going to be back on the side. So it is going to be very difficult for Harvey to break into this squad and take the shirt off Szoboszlai. Like, I think that's
so he's a young man. He's a boy within the squad, but he played like a senior pro tonight. He led the way, didn't he?
He really did.
He led the way. I still don't think he starts against Arsenal.
No, I don't think he does either. But coming off the bench,
and the reason
Arsenal,
why is the physical element. Yeah. So if you look at the amount of recoveries that Szoboszlai does, the amount of taking the balls off people, the duels he wins.
Yeah, they're going to have Rice in that midfield. They're going to have Odegaard in the midfield. They might even have Havertz. They're going to have lads that will get involved and will be, more capable to really stick it on Liverpool in the way that West Ham just didn't possess any. And
that's a measure of our options, right? And such is the measure of our options. It's also fair to say that within those options, Harvey Elliott stands up as much as anybody, right off the back of that performance tonight. It would be quite rightly brassed off if he doesn't get a look in the starting 11 on Saturday, but will probably be explained to him why he hasn't.
Yeah.
So massive performance from him tonight. What we've been crying out to see, because we've said how good he is applying impetus and bringing in a little bit of extra energy when he comes off the bench. he did it from the word go tonight, and I'm not seeing that often enough. That's not a criticism. That's a change in the mentality of the lad, and he backs himself because he's technically as good as anybody.
Yeah, quality, and I genuinely felt like that it was a standout performance by him tonight. That first opening half an hour, 45 minutes, Harvey Elliott was absolutely running the show, mate.
He continued to do so from a lesser degree. I'm gonna give him a 9 tonight.
With you.